G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to it, my name's Levi. I'm an adventurer and a prospector of gold in Tasmania. I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas and a happy new year to everybody. I hope you guys have got some big goals for yourselves this year. I know I do. In my last video we went to Granville Harbour and we caught some crayfish, so we mixed it up a little bit. I appreciate all the comments you guys left. It seems like you want to see more of that sort of thing, and that makes me happy because I really love getting in the ocean, and it's one of my hobbies that I've done for quite a few years now. Today I'm heading back to the river where I found a 2.2 gram nugget, and I found a couple of other small nuggets with quartz in them. I don't expect to find a lot of gold today. I feel like if I head upstream it's going to slow down a bit, but there's potential there for big pieces like the 2.2 gram nugget that I got in that last video. The water has warmed up quite a bit here in Tassie finally. I've gone from a 9mm wetsuit down to a 5, so I'm going to be a lot more comfortable and a lot lighter on foot. When you're wearing 10mm it certainly carries a lot of water and weight. I'll be gearing up in the wetsuit to get down to the river, and I do this because I feel like it keeps me a little bit safer from snakes or anything like that. I could just wear my clothes, but on hot days you know, you take the risk walking through the bush, and you know, I don't see everything. I'll end up getting bitten by a snake for sure. I hope I find some cool things to show you guys today and that we have a bit of an adventure, so we'll get into it. I'll get in my wetsuit and we'll get down to the river. Out which way is safest here. I love looking down on country like this. You got a steep valley down in there and this big ridge that runs down with the trees on it. Starting to crave this sort of thing now. You do it enough, and if I have a week off or whatever, it's like I got to get back out there. I've got to go on a hike. Got to have some adventure. Good for the soul. Okay, so I can hear the river down there, but I don't think this is where I should drop in. I'm not sure if you can see this, but that drops straight down. Too steep. Okay, so it's just occurred to me that I've forgotten my screwdriver, and I'm halfway down to the river already. Well, nearly at the river. I got crake. This time I've got some new crevicing tools because last time I forgot them. Well, I lost my crevicing hook. How important is that screwdriver? Do I walk a kilometre back up to the ute up a steep hill, or do I just work with what I've got? Always forget something, or lose something, or break something. I'm just going to run with it. Very steep. I'll just have to slide it down. There's a rock. Sorry about that down there, mate. Steep country. See the river down there. I want one of these rocks to hit me. Alright, what do we got here? The big drop in. As you get down in these valleys, everything gets mossy and wet. There's no soil here either. Look out. That's a bit of a ledge. It's not quite what I had in mind. That there looks okay, maybe. Let's have a look on this side. It's a good 6 metres down there, 5 or 6 metres. There's a little bit of a ridge there. Looks slippery, might be doable. Alright, Crake's going down first. Sorry, Crake. Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. Alright. Okay, so as I've gone upstream, there's a heck of a lot of large boulders which I'm not going to be able to move. It's going to make my job very hard. So I'll persist a bit further. We might find some bedrock poking out. And we'll go from there, I guess. We've just got to see what we can do. It's the sort of stuff we're after. Certainly some picturesque countryside. Try moving that one. After trying several spots underwater, I could not find any bedrock anywhere. There was just too much overburden, and I had to make the call to start heading back downstream. Alright, I think I'm going to have to go downstream, guys. There's just too much. Look at these boulders. They're the size of cars. There's just too much. I'm not going to be able to reach the bedrock, and I don't think we're going to be able to work here, so I'm going to be forced to go back downstream. We change the plan and see how we go down there. Okay, so I've spent about half an hour in this spot just in here below that little waterfall. And there's been quite a few good little cracks and crevices, but nothing's come out. I've come up with naught, so we're going to keep heading further downstream, and hopefully we might find something. Alright guys, I'll just show you some crevices that I've been cleaning out down under here. These would normally, if they were in any other river that I go to, so the good rivers that have gold, there'd be something in them. So I'll just give you a look, but there's nothing coming out of them, so we might have to keep moving downstream. Okay, so still nothing. You can see where I've been working, the light patches in the bedrock, down in there, this spot here, look out, falling over, in through there. Nothing, so a little bit strange, but I guess I was kind of expecting this to happen. Like I said, when I found that 2.2 gram nugget, I'd spent half an hour before I found it and hadn't found a flake, so it just showed up random. So we'll keep going downstream. Hopefully we'll get onto some. The sun's starting to poke up over the hills, so that'll be nice. Sunshine. Waterfalls. Okay, so I've moved about 500 metres downstream, and I thought this spot here looked quite good. I've spent about 5 minutes in the water and I've just found my first piece, and it's quite a good piece. Have a look. As I pushed back more gravels in the same crevice, a larger piece appeared. It's a very similar shape to the other one that I got on the last trip. It's not as big, but wow. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's like you find nothing, like there's just nothing there. Get to a certain point in this river and it just starts showing up. There's another piece down there too, so get these snuffed up. You know, if you start finding lead and heavy objects in the crevices, there's a good chance that you'll find the gold as well. I always take the lead and everything, any junk or anything like that, out of the rivers. So, I reckon what's happened, there's like a crevice running along this big rock here, and the gold's come down through that and it's dropped down into this deeper hole at the bottom. I'll just give you a look at it. might clean that crevice out up there just in case something else has got trapped up top. Okay, so I've cleaned out that crevice above where I found the other two pieces of gold down in there, and there wasn't much up this top end, but I've just come down to here. I picked a good day to forget my screwdriver because I've got this nice deep crevice. I had to use the end of crake, and I've just found another, I think it's another couple of pieces of gold. I'll grab the other camera to show you because it's a little bit dark down in there. It's too narrow to fit the camera right down in there, so I'll just stuff them up. Can't even get the stuffer in there. I might have to get me tweezers. I hope I've got them in the bag. I've got some long tweezers here somewhere. Try these out.
Even with the tweezers, these pieces were just extremely difficult to get out.
Okay, I got the first piece.
After about 15 minutes of trying to get this second piece of gold, I just couldn't get it and I had given up.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow.
I'd quickly forgotten about that last piece that I couldn't get to, because on the next crevice, look what showed up.
This is like my third piece, that shape. This one's not as thick, but it's... Look how big it is. Like it's big and flat. It's just sitting down in there. Oh, I love this river. Whew. I'm glad there's no one around to hear me carrying on. Into the stuffer. Look at that gold. A bit cold today. This 5mm wetsuit's not doing what I thought it would. Here I was saying that the water had warmed up. Yeah, full of it. Into the stuffer. This spot has some gold. Yeah. So I've spent about an hour here now. I cleaned out that crevice along this edge here. There was those two pieces in that deep pocket, only one that I could get out. And then that bigger nugget that I first got, and another little piece down in a deep hole just at the end. And I've just been working down along here. There's a bit of a crevice that runs parallel with the creek. And I got one little piece sort of up on one of the ledges there. It was out in the open, a bit random. That's what I'm finding with this river. It's not always in the crevices or the low pressure point. Sometimes it's just sort of sitting under some gravel out in the open. So it's a fairly recent deposit, I'd say. And Yeah, probably in the last flood or so it might have washed down. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think about that.
This had become my best day on this river by far. Rather than make this video far too long, I'll quickly show some of the bigger pieces that came out, then we'll finish up by weighing in the gold.
Take the snorkel out of my mouth, that's better. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There was a thunderstorm last night. Lightning bolt nugget. Oh. Focus. Okay, it's been an absolutely fantastic day again. I am absolutely stoked with what I've found today. I've been telling myself for months now that I need to do another panning video or get out and do some crevicing or even run the sluice, but it's really hard for me to give up the opportunity when I have the free time to go out and do that. I always jump to the sniping because generally sniping I find the better gold. So I wasn't able to go upstream how I'd planned today, but it worked out okay anyway. There was just too much overburden, like I mentioned in the video, and it would have been impossible for me to snipe an area like that. It'd probably be somewhere better to detect. But we had an awesome day downstream. It was the same area that I'd worked in previous videos. I just found a few spots that I hadn't covered, so yeah, really good day. We'll get in, we'll weigh the gold now and get a total and see what we've come up with. So it was certainly the day for some large pieces. There's quite a few big bits of gold there. A few of them are small nuggets, I'd say, especially that one there, that one, and that one. There's three really good pieces there. I love the shape of this one. It's really cool. We'll get it weighed in. We might weigh their little nuggets there individually as well. So we'll just weigh this piece up first. 0.44. The bigger one. 0.65. Yeah, it's fairly flat, that one, so even though it kind of looks like something that would go 1 gram, it's just too thin. The other one, 0.56, a half grammer, so some really good gold. We'll get the rest of it on there.
and get that total. .45, so nearly 4.5 grams. That's a ripper day for a small little river like that. I'm pretty stoked. And there's some of the rubbish and lead that I took out of the river as well, so some of those heavies that are stuck in there with the gold. Also I want to say that my heart goes out to anyone that's been affected by the bushfires. I know that it's not fair that I'm down here in freshwater and can be in the rivers, so I don't take that for granted. I'm quite aware of what's going on around. I hope that things clear up soon for you guys, and I hope that the rest of the country as well, with the drought and what's going on, that things soon become better than what they are. Okay, so we'll finish up, guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I am on other social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. I'll put some links in the description below. And until next time, happy hunting and a happy new year.